You were on the bridge of the starship Vigilance. The shift is almost over. Your command chair feels comfortable after 10 long hours. The ship hums a familiar, steady tune. It is the sound of peace in deep space. Your console shows nothing but star charts, green dots for allies, blue for nav points. The void is beautifully, wonderfully boring. Then a light blinks. It is a small, insistent crimson dot. It appears in the unauthorized comms channel, a channel reserved for distress calls of last resort. Your eyes narrow. That channel has been silent for your entire career. Your fingers dance across the holographic interface. You isolate the signal. You bring it to the main screen. A single line of text appears. It is a ship identification code. An old one you have not seen in a decade. You feel a knot tighten in your stomach. The ID belongs to the heavy cruiser Wanderer, a ship officially listed as lost with all hands, destroyed by a rogue asteroid field. Or so the report said. Your comms officer, Jax, leans forward. His voice is a low whisper. Captain, is that real? You stare at the screen. The signal is weak. It is degraded by time and distance, but it is unmistakable. The Wanderer is out there. It is calling from a place it should not be, a place no one has returned from. You order Jax to clear the signal. You want every filter applied, boost the gain, sift through the layers of starborn noise. You need to be certain. The bridge is silent. The crew waits. Every eye is on the main viewer. The crimson dot pulses like a dying heart. The system works. It strips away the interference. A new line of text appears below the ship's ID. It is not a distress call, not an SOS, not a warning of a stellar catastrophe. It is a single sentence. You read it aloud, your voice echoing in the quiet. Why don't star pilots tell secrets in a garden? The bridge crew stares. They look at you. They look at each other. Confusion ripples through them. It is a joke, a terrible, nonsensical joke. Jax shakes his head slowly. Sir, is that all? A joke? But you are no longer listening to him. A memory hits you like a physical blow, a memory of a grizzled, laughing captain. You knew him. You served under him on your first tour. The legendary Captain Elias Stone. He was famous for his courage. He was infamous for his awful jokes. That joke was his favorite. He told it to every new recruit. A cold dread mixed with a strange hope fills you. Stone is out there, and he is trying to tell you something. You open a priority channel to Sector Command. This is too big to ignore. The face of Admiral Quinn appears on your screen. His expression is stern. His eyes are like chips of ice. You report your findings. You show him the signal, the ship ID, the strange coded message. You expect shock. You expect a barrage of questions. You expect the immediate scramble of a search and rescue fleet. You get none of it. The Admiral's face does not change. He listens patiently. He lets you finish your entire report. The silence stretches for a long moment after you are done. Then he speaks. His voice is flat, devoid of any emotion. Captain, your equipment is malfunctioning. Starborn radiation can cause ghost signals. The Wanderer was lost 10 years ago. We have the logs. We have the memorial. He says the words like a script, like he has practiced them. You try to argue. You mention Captain Stone. You mention the joke. Admiral, I knew him. This is his signature. Quinn cuts you off. Your sentiment is noted, Captain. But you will disregard this signal. Log it as a sensor anomaly. Erase the raw data. That is a direct order. The screen goes blank. The Admiral is gone. He did not just deny it. He buried it. Fast. Too fast. You sit in the silence of your ready room. The order from Admiral Quinn feels like a lead weight. Erase the data. Forget what you saw. It is a lawful order. Disobeying it means the end of your career. It means a court-martial. It means prison. You stare at the blank wall, thinking. But the alternative feels worse. To leave Captain Stone out there, to abandon a hero of the fleet, to ignore what could be a vital warning. Your conscience is at war with your duty. You call 3 people to your ready room. Not with the official comm, you use a private, encrypted channel. Your first officer, Lena. Your helmsman, Kenji. Your chief engineer, Anya. They are the best in the fleet. More than that, they are loyal to you. They file in, their faces etched with concern. You do not ask them to sit. This will not be a long meeting. You lay it all out for them. The signal, the joke, the Admiral's order. You look each of them in the eye. High Command wants this buried. I am going to disobey that order. I am going to find that ship. This is mutiny. It is treason. If you come with me, you risk everything. You pause, letting the weight of your words fill the room. No one will judge you for walking out that door. But if you stay, we leave in 1 hour. Lena is the first to speak, a faint, determined smile on her face. I always thought regulations were more like suggestions, Captain. Kenji nods, his jaw set. My grandfather used to say a ship is only as good as its captain's gut. My gut says you're right. Anya simply crosses her arms. The engine is already warming up. I had a feeling you'd say that. A wave of relief washes over you. You are not alone in this. The Maelstrom, a fitting name for the storm ahead. It is a chaotic nebula of charged particles, of gravimetric shears and rogue asteroids. Fleet Command has declared it a no-fly zone, a cosmic graveyard where ships simply vanish. It is also the source of the Wanderer's signal. Of course it is. Captain Stone never did anything the easy way. Kenji has the helm. His hands move with a practiced grace. He pilots the Vigilance not with force, but with finesse. He dodges swirling clouds of ionized gas. He weaves through fields of jagged rock. The ship groans around you. The hull plating screams under the strain. Red alerts flash across the bridge consoles. Shields at 60%, Lena calls out. Her voice is calm, a steady anchor in the chaos. Inertial dampeners are struggling to compensate. You feel the ship lurch violently. A shower of sparks erupts from a ceiling conduit. An ensign yelps but quickly silences himself. You grip the arms of your chair, your knuckles are white. Anya, I need more power to the shields, you say into the comm. The engineer's voice crackles back, it sounds strained. I'm giving you all she's got, Captain. The main reactor is running hot. If I push it any harder, we might just create our own little star. You appreciate her gallows humor. It cuts the tension just a little. Just keep us in one piece, Anya. The storm rages on. Every second feels like an hour. Then, as suddenly as it began, it ends. The ship stops shaking. The alarms fall silent. You have punched through to the eye of the storm. The view screen clears, and you see it. It hangs in the eerie calm, suspended in a web of frozen lightning. The ghost ship, the starship Wanderer. It is a haunting sight. The ship is dark, no navigation lights, no engine glow. It is perfectly still. A massive, silent sentinel in a field of stellar wreckage. Smaller ships, fragments of them, are scattered around it. They look like offerings left at a tomb. The Wanderer itself is mostly intact. Scorch marks mar its hull. A few sections are breached to the vacuum, but it is there. It is real. Admiral Quinn was wrong. Or he was lying. You feel a grim satisfaction. The risk was worth it. You are not crazy. Your comms officer, Jax, speaks, his voice full of awe. By the stars, it survived! He sounds like he's seeing a legend come to life. You stare at the silent vessel. It is both magnificent and terrifying. A ship that has seen the other side of death. Lena, scan for life signs. Any energy readings? You wait, your heart pounding. The answer comes back as you expected, but it is still chilling to hear. Nothing, Captain. No life, no power. The ship is cold and dead. Except for one thing. Wait. I am reading a faint power signature. It's coming from inside the ship, the life support system. You make the decision instantly. I'm leading a boarding team. Lena, you have the con. Kenji, bring us in close as you dare. You need to see what is inside that ship. You need to find out what happened to Captain Stone, what secret he died to protect. You feel a strange connection to the derelict, as if it has been waiting for you. You stand in the shuttle bay. 3 armored figures stand with you, your hand-picked security team. Their helmet lights cut through the dim hangar. You check the seals on your own suit. The airlock to the small shuttle hisses open. The plan is simple. You will dock at an emergency airlock. You will board the Wanderer. You will find the bridge. The shuttle ride is short and silent. It glides through the wreckage field. The Wanderer looms larger and larger. It fills the forward view screen. Its scale is immense. You see the ship's name etched on the bow, faded but still proud. You feel like you are approaching a great, sleeping beast. Kenji's voice crackles over the comm. Docking clamps engaged. You are clear to board. Good luck, Captain. The shuttle's outer door grinds open. It connects to the Wanderer's hull with a solid thud. The airlock cycles. The inner door slides open. It reveals a dark corridor. You take the first step. Your boots clamp onto the deck plating with a magnetic clang. Then you notice something strange. Something impossible. You feel a familiar pull. The gentle, persistent tug of gravity. Your suit's internal sensors confirm it. The artificial gravity is online. 1 full G, just like on your own ship. But Lena's scans showed no power. Except for a faint reading from life support, it makes no sense. Gravity generation requires enormous energy, far more than basic life support. Your team files in behind you. Weapons ready. You murmur into your helmet comm. Something is not right here. The corridors of the Wanderer are silent. Your footsteps echo in the darkness. Your helmet lamps cut cones of light through the gloom. The air is breathable. The temperature is stable. It is as if the crew just vanished a moment ago. The ship is not abandoned. It feels paused. You pass the crew quarters. Doors are left open. A datapad lies on an unmade bunk. Its screen is dark. You move into the mess hall. Here the scene is even more unsettling. Half-eaten meals sit on the tables. A game of cards is laid out, unfinished. A mug of synthetic coffee is still warm to the touch. It is impossible. 10 years have passed. This food should be dust. One of your security officers speaks. His name is Thorne. His voice is tight with anxiety. Captain, how is this possible? It's like they were all here 5 minutes ago. You shake your head. You have no answer. It's a stasis field, you realize aloud. A low-power one. It must have preserved the ship's interior. But that technology is experimental and incredibly dangerous on this scale. You keep moving deeper into the silent vessel. You pass an engineering workshop. Tools are scattered on a workbench. They surround a piece of alien technology. It glows with a soft internal light. It is unlike any design you have ever seen. Captain Stone's crew was studying it, or trying to replicate it. The ship is a tomb, but it is also a museum of a single, terrible moment. A museum of a first contact gone horribly wrong. Finally, you reach your destination. 2 large blast doors stand before you. Stenciled letters read, Command bridge. The doors are slightly ajar. A thin sliver of light escapes from within. You gesture for your team to take positions. You take a deep breath. You push the door open. It slides with a whisper-quiet hiss. The bridge is immaculate. It is the only part of the ship that seems untouched by the stasis effect. Every console is dark, every chair is empty, except for one, the captain's chair. A single spotlight from the ceiling illuminates it, and the main view screen is active. It displays one thing: a final ship's log. It is dated from the day the Wanderer disappeared. You approach the command chair slowly. It feels like sacred ground. You can almost feel Stone's presence in the room, his ghost watching you, waiting. You stand before the main console. Your gloved finger hovers over the play icon. This is it, the moment of truth, the reason you defied orders, the reason you risked your ship and your crew. You press the icon, the log begins to play. The face of Captain Elias Stone appears on the screen. He looks older than you remember. His face is lined with exhaustion, but his eyes are clear and resolute. He is not broadcasting from the bridge. He is in what looks like a small, cramped Jeffries tube. Sparks fly behind him. The sound of groaning metal is constant. "This is the final log of Captain Stone," he begins. His voice is raspy. "We are not destroyed. We are trapped. It was a lie. All of it." He takes a ragged breath. "We followed a signal. A beautiful mathematical sequence, a clear sign of intelligence. It led us to this sector. They hailed us. They said they were a peaceful species. The architects, they called themselves." Stone's face twists into a bitter smile. They were not architects. They were exterminators. The meeting point was a trap. Their ships were hiding, cloaked in a way we cannot detect. They disabled us before we could even raise shields. They are not warriors. They are hunters, and we were the prize. The log shows a flash of a star chart, a complex three-dimensional map of the nebula. It highlights strange, empty pockets in the dust clouds. "They do not fight fair," Stone continues. "They lure you in with promises. They study you from the shadows, then they strike. They took my crew, one by one, teleported them right off the ship. I am the last one left. I have rigged the ship, rerouted the main reactor. It is no longer a vessel. It is a message in a bottle, and a weapon." The screen flickers. Stone's face is filled with a fierce, desperate light. "Do not trust a silent garden. Do not trust an empty sky." The log ends. The screen goes dark, but the words hang in the air. A first contact gone wrong. An unseen, silent enemy. A race of hunters. And Stone's last cryptic warning. Do not trust a silent garden. You turn back to the message that started it all. The joke. Why don't star pilots tell secrets in a garden? The answer floods your mind with sickening clarity. Because the potatoes have eyes and the corn has ears. It was never a joke. It was a technical schematic, a warning. The aliens are biological, or they use biological camouflage. They hide where you would least expect it. They listen. They watch. The empty pockets on Stone's star chart are not empty at all. They are nests. You look at the dark view screen of the Wanderer. It reflects the bridge. It reflects you. And for a second, you think you see something moving in the darkness behind you. A new alert blares from your wristcom. It is from Lena on the Vigilance. Her voice is strained with panic. "Captain, we have contacts. Multiple contacts decloaking all around us. They just appeared." You race back to the Wanderer's view screen. You override the console. You activate the external sensors. The screen flickers to life. It shows you the space outside. It is no longer empty. The void is filled with ships, alien warships. They are enormous. Their design is a nightmare of insectoid angles and organic curves. They are black, a deep, light-absorbing black. They have no lights, no engine trails. They drift in absolute silence. They have surrounded the Wanderer, and your ship, the Vigilance, is caught right in the middle. The trap has sprung again. Jax's voice, terrified, comes over the comm. "Captain, they're not hailing us. They're not doing anything. Just watching." You understand now. This is their way. The hunt. They enjoy the fear. They savor the moment before the kill. They trapped Stone, and Stone, in his final act, used himself as bait to trap them in turn. For you, your mind races. Stone's words echo in your head. "I have rigged the ship. It is no longer a vessel. It is a weapon." You look around the bridge. Your eyes trace the power conduits. They do not lead to the engines or the shields. They are all rerouted. They converge on a single point beneath the floor plating, the ship's warp core. He turned his entire ship into a directed energy bomb. A cold, brilliant realization dawns on you. The Wanderer is not a tomb. It is a sword waiting for a hand to wield it. Captain Stone was a genius, a dying, cornered genius who built a masterpiece of destruction. He knew he could not win, so he changed the game. He could not send a clear warning. It would be intercepted. So he sent a joke, a key, the final, defiant act of a brilliant mind. You slam your hand on the comm link to your ship. "Lena, get us out of here! Full power! Kenji, evasive maneuvers! Do not let them get a lock on you!" You can hear the alarm screaming on your own bridge, the muffled thud of weapons fire. The aliens have started their attack. You turn to your security team. "Thorn, get back to the shuttle. That's an order." He hesitates. "Sir, we can't leave you." You look him in the eye. Your voice is iron. "Your job is to get back to the Vigilance. Tell them what happened here. Tell them what Stone did. Now go!" They reluctantly obey, sprinting out of the bridge. You are alone now. Just you and the ghost of Captain Stone and his final, terrible gambit. You drop to your knees. You rip open a floor panel near the captain's chair. Beneath it is a mess of wires and a small secondary console. It was jury-rigged by Stone himself. A single screen glows on its surface. It asks for an activation code, a 5-word phrase. A universe holds its breath. Your ship is fighting for its life. The enemy fleet is closing in. You look at the console. You think of Stone's joke, the setup, the punchline, the key to it all. He could not write down the activation phrase. The aliens might find it. So he encoded it in the one thing they would never understand: human humor. Your fingers tremble as you type. You enter the 5 words, the punchline of the awful joke he told you all those years ago. Because the corn has ears. The console flashes green. A deep, resonant hum begins to build. It starts in the floor and vibrates up through your entire body. The lights on the bridge flicker and die. The ship is channeling all of its remaining power, every last drop. It is going into the warp core. You have armed the bomb. A countdown appears on the small screen. 60 seconds. You scramble to your feet. You sprint out of the bridge, down the dark, silent corridors. The ship is groaning around you. It is the sound of a star about to be born, or a star about to die. You can hear the shuttle's engines firing up. Thorn and his team made it. You race toward the airlock. 40 seconds. The alien ships are focusing their fire on the Vigilance. They ignore the dark, silent hulk of the Wanderer. It is a fatal mistake. They see a derelict, a piece of space junk. They do not see the weapon pointed at their hearts. 20 seconds. You leap through the shuttle's open hatch. Go! You scream at the pilot. Now! The shuttle detaches from the Wanderer. It rockets away from the ghost ship. You are thrown against the bulkhead. Through the shuttle's small viewport, you see it. The Wanderer begins to glow. A soft blue light at first. Then it turns white. A brilliant, blinding white. It is the last thing you see before you shield your eyes. There is no sound in the vacuum of space, but you feel it. A wave of pure energy washes over your shuttle. It is followed by a flash so bright it whites out all your sensors. When your vision returns, the alien fleet is gone. Not damaged, not scattered. Gone. Erased from existence. In its place, a new small nebula shimmers. A beautiful, deadly cloud of multicolored gas. The laughter of dying stars. You're safe. The Vigilance is damaged, but alive. You have survived. You look back at the shimmering cloud. That is Stone's memorial, his final resting place. You carry his story now. You carry his warning. And you carry his last joke. A joke that saved the human race. A joke that will be told in Starship mess halls for 1,000 years to come. The punchline echoing forever in the silent, watchful dark.